So, Kirby Fighters 2. Yeah, that happened. So, a brand new Kirby game has been out for a little bit over a week. And I can safely say, I've been enjoying myself a lot. So, little background, Kirby Fighters originally started as a mini-game inside of Kirby Triple Deluxe back in 2014. And later on would see an expansion in Kirby Fighters Deluxe. But now here we are with Kirby Fighters 2 on the Nintendo Switch. And, oh, yes! Now, I've had my fair share of fun with Kirby Fighters. I recall playing it with a couple of friends back in the day. But seeing Kirby Fighters 2 leaked a day before release?
Never in my life have I needed something so much and never known until I received it.
Can we also talk about how weird that is? A Kirby game getting leaked. Like, I don't recall that happening as of recent years, so that's kind of like, I feel like this is the first time it's really happened. Now, I could be wrong, but generally, what I mean is Kirby is not a series that gets leaked very often. So, I'm really wondering how this happened. I think the funniest part is that this game wasn't leaked by anybody in particular, it was just kind of like there on Nintendo's website. And HAL has been pretty silent in terms of video games. I mean, they're pushing a bunch of Kirby merchandise, which is all in Japan, so I can't really get it anyways. But in terms of video games, they've been awfully quiet. So being a Kirby fan and not really having much info on anything, I can safely say that I was really freaking hyped. So pretty much the main question people are asking is it worth paying $20 for this game? To be 100%, I don't think this video is going to answer that question in full detail, so you're better off just looking up a review for this game. But it's $20, so of course I didn't think twice about spending it. So, I'm going to go over some things that I enjoy about this game, and who knows, maybe by the end of this, you might want to pick up the game or at least give it a try. Pretty much, what you see is what you get. A Kirby fighting game with Kirby copy abilities. Bro, you had me at Kirby. So opening the game right away, this should look pretty familiar to you. You have your basic 4-player battle mode for local play. You have an online mode, we'll come back to you. And you have single-player content as well. So you start off with only 4 characters, but to unlock more things, you use what's called a fighter rank, and that fighter rank increases the more you play the game. It might sound like a grind, but by about level 39, you'll have pretty much every character in the game, except for 2. One of the best ways to get that fighter rank up really quickly is story mode. So basically, to summarize the story, King Dedede and Meta Knight are both kind of tired of losing to Kirby, so they decide teaming up together will make them finally be able to stop Kirby. It is not going to do anything, but at least they are together. And from there, it's basically every fighting game single-player mode ever. You fight a series of opponents till you reach the final battle with King Dedede and Meta Knight. To this game's credit, it at least tries to mix things up every once in a while with different stage conditions, which kind of remind me of Spirit Battles. Not to mention, the light RPG elements also make this game feel special. The story mode also has some boss fights sprinkled in here and there to spice it up a little bit. And they do a decent job. Although I do believe they are few and far between, it's at least nice to have them here. Not you. I don't like you. I'm not talking about the single player like it's the main reason to buy this game, but it's more substantial than I thought it would be, so I give it props. Next up, we're going to talk about the online play. Random match is how it sounds. Random stages with random people with random teams. Friend match allows you to make your own lobby and make custom rules with your friends. Sadly, the only way you could really fight somebody 1v1 in a competitive environment is in friend lobbies, which requires you to share a friend code. I think the best word to describe this online is limited. I mean, I didn't really have high expectations. What's here works really well. But I'd say my biggest complaint is that 1v1s are restricted to friend matches only. But if I'm going to leave online anything, it'll be this. Number 1, it has been some of the most fun I've had in recent times. And number 2, it has a better netcode than Smash. Damn, I actually said that like it was really impressive. Now before we get on to the final section, let me just get some overall thoughts out of the way. Now being 60 frames per second for any 2D game is really not that much of an accomplishment. But seeing as Kirby Star Allies and Super Kirby Clash were both 30, now seeing Kirby Fighters in 60, I can fully appreciate how good these games look. Now the game doesn't look all that different, but it's just the cute little things that I noticed, like just some of the animations. They're cute, charming. And I can't forget about the music. The original tracks in this game are actually pretty good. And the remixes, oh my gosh. The remixes bring a lot of new energy to these older tracks. So even if you don't get the game, I at least recommend you listen to the OST. Now $20 means different things to different people. And throughout the entire game, the gameplay does not change much at all. Plus, that's not mentioning the big Smash Bros. Elephant in the room. I mean, come on, it's Smash. This game seems like a poor man's version of Smash to many people. And you know, I can't blame them. But as a competitive Smash Bros. Player, playing with items in this game is just too much fun for me. And while the game does not have nearly as much depth as Super Smash Bros., it has not stopped people from trying to lab this game out. As we learn more and more about the game, we start to discover more different things with each character. Again, the game is just really fun. It's just another game to sink some time into, so why not? So, my overall thoughts of this game, it's pretty good, honestly. I enjoy my time with it a lot, and I've been playing it almost non-stop. But now, now it's time for my favorite part. Now people will look at me and they'll laugh. I mean, I'm kind of used to it. I mained Kirby in Smash Ultimate. But that's besides the point. I firmly believe this game has plenty of potential to be at least a respectable game. This final segment will be talking about the potential of Kirby Fighters. HAL could keep this game alive for quite some time, just to continue and hold us off till the next mainline Kirby game. So now I'll be talking about how they can improve Kirby Fighters 2. Number 1. Balance patches. Now this game has a small hint of balancing flaws, whereas some abilities just naturally have more moves than others, and that kind of naturally makes them better. So seeing the artist ability get an entirely new move dedicated to it specifically for this game, makes me think they could do the same for other abilities. Simply just patching this game improves this game's longevity. Number 2. DLC characters. Now a lot of people are looking at Dream Friends in particular, seeing as Star Allies had a whopping 12 of them, and they all had unique and varied movesets, which would honestly make a good fit for Kirby Fighters. The format for Smash DLC fighters works almost perfectly for the Dream Friends, giving each one a new stage to represent their game, and some new music as well. But why stop there? I mean, more Kirby copy abilities could make an appearance in this game as well. Kirby Star Allies added all of the Dream Friends as free DLC, so if all of them came back for free as well in Kirby Fighters 2, that'd be really amazing. Now it wouldn't surprise me if they charged for these characters, and I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to paying for them either. But once again, we'd have to wait and see what HAL does. Number 3. Extra modes. One of my biggest complaints about this game is the lack of variety. So if we got some sort of spin on the battle system of this game, like say, Flag Ball from Kirby Battle Royale being added as an additional mode, ooh! Y'all don't understand. Flag Ball is, oh my gosh, so much fun. Like, imagine a mode where everybody's a ghost except for one person, and the entire point of the game is to be the one person surviving. Maybe staying alive grants you health or increases your score, and you want to be the person with the most health or score by the end of the timed match. I mean, bro, I literally just thought about that right now. Come on. Speaking of additional modes, let's get back to that online play real quick. Give Random Match 3 different variants. A free-for-all random match, a 1v1 random match with no items and no hazards, and the traditional doubles random match. That alone gives us so much more reasons to come back. Again, more options for free or charged, you know? We wouldn't really know until it happened. That is, if it does happen. Now let's get into some smaller things they can do to improve the game. One thing that is so simple, so easy, that I wish they would just add to Kirby Fighters 2 is the ability to choose which color Kirby you want to be. Colors like red, gray, purple, they're all gone. Not to mention the fact that colors are now corresponding to the player you are. So player 1 will always be the original color, player 2 will be yellow, player 3 will be blue, and player 4 will always be green. I don't even really know why it was taken out to begin with. Just put it back in. And bring back those 3 colors, and if you want, maybe put in Shadow Kirby. Something else that I find really weird is that there's an X on the character select screen next to the random button, which allows you to turn off CPUs. But for whatever reason, players can't pick the button. And this is one of the easiest things you can do. Allowing players to hit this button would give us some sort of spectator mode, which this game really needs. Because otherwise, the only way to stream and spectate a game at the same time is to have one person get killed by both players, and then they proceed to count down in order to play. It's not unbearable, it's just not intuitive. Something else easy to add would be an option to change controls. If this game wants to get any more serious with itself, you gotta add an option to change controls. Typically, you want to give the player as many options as possible. Lastly, improve training mode, please. Now, would it be the end of the world if everything else happened on this list and training mode stayed the same? No, of course not. But once again, giving players more options to explore the game more will make it more accessible and more exciting to learn about. Okay. I think I got everything. Whew. I mean, Jesus, I didn't think this video would be so long. So that's really all I had to say on Kirby Fighters 2. It's a solid game. I enjoy myself with it. And what I've played with my friends, they've also enjoyed it. But being a Kirby fan has been really nice lately. Not only with this game coming out, but also some small hints at possibly the next step for the Kirby series. And you already know I'm going to cover that. Like, 100% guaranteed. I'm going to talk about that. It's not a must-have or anything. Rivals of Aether and Smash Ultimate are right there, so there are your competitive games. I mean, come on, you already know I'm going to be waiting to play Minecraft Steve right now. But either way, the game is fun. Just simple fun. So that's why I have full respect for this game. And that's why I recommend you at least play this game once. Hopefully I see you guys soon with another video. I hope you have a good day.